Here is the story of the Indian goddess Devi. This story is called The Last Battle. It all began when Lord Brahma offered a wonderful gift to Mahishasura, the buffalo-headed demon. To thank you for all these years of faithful service to me, I now present you with a magical power. No man nor God may ever harm you. This was a great honour indeed, but it was also a big mistake, for no sooner had the wicked demon received his new power than he began doing terrible things. No one can hurt me now, he laughed. I can do anything I like. I will make them all, even the gods, tremble before me. He started by stealing all that was sacred to the people. He stole heat from the fire, making it impossible to cook or to warm oneself. He caused flooding by making it rain too much, or on the contrary, ruined the crops by not making it rain enough. Some say he pushed great rivers from their paths and even uprooted mountains with his horns. But when he invaded the divine castle of Indra, king of the gods, and chased the other deities from their heavenly homes, everyone felt completely helpless. Someone had to stop him. So they prayed to the strongest of the gods, Shiva. They begged him for protection. Surely only he could prevent the wicked Mahishasura from destroying the universe. Normally, due to his incredible strength, Shiva could have easily won this battle. But we mustn't forget Lord Brahma's gift, immortality. The arrogant demon beamed with joy as Shiva's forceful blows left him unharmed. The onlookers were numb with fear. Who else can we turn to? They cried in despair. The goddess Devi, someone shouted. Why haven't we thought of her before? This was a good question, as the divine Devi was considered the goddess of existence itself. It was said that if she closed her 3 eyes for even 1 second, the entire cosmos would disappear. Who could win against such a force? Naturally, everyone agreed that Devi was the right choice. But even though the kind goddess wanted to help, she was obliged to refuse their request. She had such a busy schedule. Her every minute was spent in helping people. In the morning, she had promised to save a sinking ship. Later in the day, she was to bring a baby safely into the world. What could she do? Now, what you might not know is that the goddess Devi had 9 different forms. Each one had its own powers and personality. When dealing with demons and evil spirits, she often sent her 7th form, the goddess Kalaratri, in her place. If she sent Kalaratri, she herself would be free to do her other tasks. She was happy. She had found a solution. And so the fearless Kalaratri, the fiercest form of the goddess, set off for battle. One could see her arriving from afar, sitting on her celestial donkey, her dark black complexion serious with determination. Her 2 right hands were poised in the symbolic gestures of divine protection. Her 2 left held her deadly weapons, a sword and an iron hook. The fighting could begin. It was, however, not long before the truth became clear. Like Shiva, Kalaratri alone was no match against the powerful Mahishasara. Devi realized that she would need to pull all of her 9 aspects together in order to fight such a monster. This time the busy goddess did not hesitate. Arriving in an enormous blaze of light, she was received by an assembly of valiant gods. Each one offered her his own weapon, hoping it would help her during the upcoming battle. Lord Shiva gave his trident, Lord Vajra his lightning bolt, Lord Vayu his bow and arrow, and so it went. Now no one seems to agree on how many arms the goddess Devi actually had. Some say 8, some 18, but there are yet others who swear to have seen her walk away that day with a different weapon in each of her 1,000 arms. When the great moment arrived, everyone crowded around to watch as the beautiful warrior goddess, riding nobly upon her lion's back, led her troops to the battlefield. The demon Mahishasara was prepared. 120 million elephants, 120 million war chariots, 120 million horses, and troops beyond number all lay in wait for Devi's arrival. And then the terrible combat began. Her 1,000 arms were all put to use, courageously battling against the evil one and his army. Arrows, rocks, great waves, and even whole trees were hurled at the mighty goddess, but they slid off her body like raindrops, doing her no harm. Surprisingly, this did not discourage the clever demon. When the skilled goddess threw a lasso around his tail, he turned himself into a lion. And when she plunged her sword through the lion's neck, he transformed himself into an elephant. And so the fighting continued, neither side losing, neither side winning. This went on for 15 days. At the end of his patience, Mahishasara finally decided to send away his own army and return to his true form, a buffalo-headed demon. This time, like Devi, he too had 1,000 arms. Ah, it will be easier to slay him, she thought. At least I can recognize him now. But then, just when the crowd least expected it, Devi stepped away from the battle. "Oh no!" cried the crowd. "Has she given up?" Not at all. The god Kuber had prepared a special drink for her, and now was the moment to drink it. Calmly the goddess reached out for the chalice of divine nectar that awaited her. Everyone was surprised when she called out to Mahishasara, "You can laugh with your loudest laugh, for it will be your last." Then tranquilly she sipped the nectar till the last drop. She called out to the demon a second time, "No man nor God can destroy you. It is true. Are you so sure that it can't be a woman, a goddess at that? Perhaps today you will change your mind." Terror went through his eyes. So he wasn't immortal after all. She took a sure step towards the confused demon. She seized his every arm with her every arm. The stunned beast fell backwards. She placed her foot upon his thick, furry neck and skillfully bore her great trident into it. "Now, who is laughing?" she roared as the demon's head dropped heavily to the ground. Some say they actually saw evil itself escaping like smoke from his mouth and vanishing into the air. And the horrible creature that had made everyone so very miserable for so long was no more. The people cried with joy. The gods sprinkled golden flower blossoms from the heavens. The valiant goddess had triumphed. To honor her for this heroic deed, they named her Mahishasara Madini, the one who killed the demon Mahisha. But she had done much more than just win a battle. She had protected the entire world against destruction. And so they added yet another name to her list of divine titles: Mother of the Universe.